everyone, it's Anya here. I'm back with another video for Ophelia Talks, and this week we are making rainbow applique crochet thingies. Yeah, so I have designed these rainbows. They can be used on lots of things. You can put them on a mug cozy, you can put them on a cushion, you can put them on a blanket, you know. So I have made 3 sizes. So this is 17 centimeters from here to here. This is 14 and this is 7. And I thought they could be used for so many things that, you know, I wanted to make one, which I did. I think I started with this one, but then I thought it's a bit big, so I started making them smaller. So yeah, like I said, you can applique them to anything basically, but I thought it was not so easy to find a pattern for this online, so that's why I thought I would do this week. You'll be treated to 3 patterns this week, because obviously one of each is going to be a topic for the videos. In today's video we are making the small rainbow. Now, before we get started, for the exact colors, there is a video which tells you all about those, so do go and have a look at that one. And I suggest you go down a size in hook for this project. So I normally, when the wool is prescribed as a 4, I normally use a 3.5, but for this project I am going to be using my 3. It makes for a nice and compact finish of your rainbow applique. So without further ado, so in this video we are making the small rainbow. We are using a 3 hook, not like last time. I'm holding on to this one now, okay? I'm not letting go. And we are going to start with our red, of course. So slip knot, insert your hook and pull it closed. We are going to do chains, 6 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Once again we are going to put that stitch marker in the 6th chain, and we are going to do another chain. So in total we've done 7 chains, but I always stop counting where we actually need to put the stitch marker, so in the 6th chain. This 7th chain is going to be our first single crochet, so it's going to count as a single crochet. This is the first single crochet coming out of our 6th chain, and we are now, see again, I can never get into it with the stitch marker in it. Right, there we go. And you do a single crochet into that first, into the chain with the stitch marker, take out the stitch marker and put it, yeah, in that first chain. Okay, just like we did before, where we put it in the 3rd chain with our double crochet, but here we only have, you know, the single crochet, so we have 1 chain instead of the single crochet. Now we are going to do 2 single crochets in each chain that we have left, so that's 5 of them. So find your first chain that you need to go into, and I tend to pick up 2 loops. So here we go. So the 2 loops are at the top of my hook, and underneath I have the 1 loop left, and I'm going to do 2 single crochets in that same stitch. So yeah, in the next one too. It might be a little bit fiddly, so take your time. There we go. And then the last one, ooh. Make sure you have all your stitches done. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, Then I have another stitch and I have that stitch marker in the 12th one. Okay, so count the top of your work and make sure you have 12 V's. Then I take my hook out. I am going to keep it here. Oh dear, because we all know what happened in the last video. Oh, that's typical me, isn't it? There we go. And we have our first arching bit of rainbow. We go to the next colour, which is orange. Slip knot. And we are going to insert our hook. And this increase ratio is maybe surprising, but this is what we need. Okay, so instead of going where we finished, we are going back to our stitch marker and we are going to get started in that stitch because that is our 12th stitch. So we're taking that one out because I can never get in there when it's in there as well. And I go through it. Yep, there we go. And I do a standing single crochet. Did it split slightly? Yes, I think it did. There we go. Oh, it happens, doesn't it? There we go. Okay, so the first one has one single crochet, the next one has one single crochet, and the next one has also one single crochet. The next stitch we do 2 single crochets in the same stitch. Then we do in the next 3 stitches 1 single crochet. 1, 1 and 1. Then we are ready for 2 again. So in the next stitch you're going to do 2 single crochets. And then once again there's 3 there, 3 single crochets, and we have space 1 more to do 2. So first one and the second one. There we go. And that's that round finished. It might look a little bit funny, but look, it will lay flat and it will be there properly. There we go. Okay. Next color, yellow. Slip knot. Insert. Close the hook. Close the loop around the hook. Then we go to that first stitch. That's our standing single crochet. It might have closed up a little bit. This one hasn't. So I'm going to go under there. And I do my first single crochet there. We are going to do 4 single crochets in a row this time. So I've done 4. Now I do my 2. 1, 2. Now I'm doing 4 again, 3, and hang on, yep, 4, and now I'm ready for my 2 again. Once again, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and there we have it, 1 stitch left to do our 2. She says, yeah. And there we go. And my rainbow is arching nicely and it's lying flat nicely. It did not want to stay there. Right, okay. So we went from 12 V's, we went to 15 for the orange, and now with the yellow we have 18. Now we are going to go to green. Once again, we do a slip knot, insert our hook, and we are going to get started again in that first standing stitch. Just go under the V as best you can here, and we do our first single crochet. This time we are doing 5 single crochets in a row. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then in the next stitch we do 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In the next stitch we do 2, 1 and 2. Same thing again, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and you have 1 stitch left to do your 2. 1 and 2, and that was that round. And this time we have 21 stitches. And we are ready for the blue. Slip knot. And again we do the same thing. We find that standing stitch. Oh, look at that, it's looking really good here. I can get into it quite easily. There we go. So that's our first single crochet. This time we are going to do 6 single crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and then we do our 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and then 2 in the next stitch. And once again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and we've got another stitch left for doing our 2. And there we go. So that's the blue done. And that is now 24 stitches. Let me cut that off. 24 stitches. Now, when you weave in your ends, make sure you sort of do it gently, but also that you stay within your color, and you'll be able to even it out a little bit. But it's I think it's okay. Right. Indigo. This time we do 7 stitches in a row before we do oh, is this closed up here? Yeah, I think so. So this one has closed up for me now. I need to make sure, yeah, that's a little bit too much. You can open it slightly. There we go. See? Right. So single crochet in that first standing single crochet. So do check to see that you are in the right position here. There we go. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 single crochets in a row. Then we do the 2 in 1 stitch. Once again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, and then we do the 2. 1 and 2. You might think it looks a little bit sort of cornery, but it's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 and 7, and we've got another stitch left to do those 2. So if you were not to have that stitch left there, then you might have missed the one in the beginning. Okay, so make sure you don't miss that one in the beginning, because yeah. Okay, so that is now 27 stitches. Now we are ready for the violet, and the violet is going to be a row of single crochets all along, so we don't do any more increases. So once again, find your first stitch and just do 1 stitch in each stitch around, and that means you also in this round have 27 stitches, just like the previous round. And I hope that you appreciate these videos where I am making the different sizes of rainbow appliques. I have plans for all of them, so do stay tuned for next week's videos, because you will see what I am going to make with them. Obviously I've made them, so I'm just going to attach them to something fun. So I hope you have fun making these as well as I have had. Right, 2 more stitches, 1 more stitch, and it's done. Okay, so there we are. There's my rainbow applique. Do you know, I think I might keep it. Like I said before, I like it with all these threads hanging down, but as you can tell, this one goes out a little bit. You can, with sewing in the ends, you can sort of remedy that slightly, just bring it in a little bit, but I think, yeah, I think they look nice. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.